Welcome everyone to this episode of Talk of the Town. We have a super exciting show coming up for you today. We're going to be learning about the Giving Homeless Youth a Chance shelter campaign from the Briar Patch Youth Services. Also talking with Madison's favorite cover band, VO5. And finally learning a little more about a local sports team, the Janesville Jets. But first we have with us a brand new guest. We have Tracy Anson from the T. Anson Investment House. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure. So let's talk a little bit about Investment House. That's a little bit of a unique name, so tell me the story behind it.
Well, I've been in the business for over 20 years, and I decided to start my own firm.
Good for you.
And when I was thinking about the name, I was thinking I really want people to feel comfortable with their money, because oftentimes we get lost in the financial jargon and it's uncomfortable. So I want people to know investing in markets and just be comfortable like they are in their own house.
Oh my gosh, I love that. What a great way to come up with a name, and that's so very true, because a lot of people either they don't have the knowledge to feel comfortable, or they just haven't met the right person to make them feel comfortable. So you're kind of starting that right off from the beginning.
Yes, and we really want people to try to reach to their goals, and that's my passion. My passion is to try to help them realize their goals and get to wherever they want to be, if that's retiring early or just retiring with a certain level of income or just retiring Italy, or something like that.
Yeah, any fabulous dream they have, you want to make sure that you can help them make it happen. And that's awesome. You can tell just with talking about you that you're very passionate about that. So it's great to see.
Fun.
I can imagine. And it must be very rewarding, too, when you actually see folks reaching those goals that they
Yes.
have. So let's talk a little bit as well about how T. Anson Investment House is different from other wealth advisors.
Well, we're a registered investment advisor, and we have a fiduciary responsibility to act in your best interest. It's a little bit different than just being a broker, which has a suitability standard. And we're also fee only.
So what does fee only mean?
Fee only means that only you can pay us. We can't get paid by a mutual fund company or a product. So hopefully you'll feel confident that we're using the best investments for you and not, trying to get paid in other ways. It's very transparent. Fee only is very transparent.
I like that.
Yeah.
So you know that you're acting only with the client's best interest in mind and helping them reach those dreams.
Exactly. We don't have any proprietary products. We're independent. And so you feel confident. What we're using is the best for you.
Confidence, that's so key. And I'm sure it's also key to establishing that great relationship with your clients.
Yeah.
And, along with that confidence, investing as a whole, it can be difficult. It can be tough to figure out what to do.
Yes.
So how do you make that easier for clients?
Well, we're just really a phone call away or stop in our office. We're in Middleton. And, we hope to give you enough information, enough feedback about your portfolio so you feel confident that you're in high quality stocks and bonds and you can stay through volatile markets like we're in. The worst thing is to sell when markets are down. And you always hear that, right?
People panic.
Right, we have that knee-jerk response, okay? It's all bad or it's all good.
Right,
either way is not good. So we try
you want to establish that confidence. So whatever is happening right now in the market, we know that we have a team behind us, and we're going to be able to kind of weather that out and still feel good about what we're doing.
Exactly.
And it sounds like you've got, a great open door kind of thing. You just want folks to feel comfortable coming on in and visiting with you or giving you a phone call.
Right. We're available anytime.
Yeah, that's great. That's great to hear. So let's also talk about retirement planning. How are you guys different when it comes to that? That must be a huge aspect of your business.
Well, I really try to give people concrete information. I mean, we always have to do some kinds of estimates on assumptions of interest rates and things like that.
Right, you have to make some assumptions.
Right, but what I try to do is give you a roadmap. Like if you want to retire at this age with this amount of income, or you want to retire early, or one spouse wants to retire and the other one doesn't, try to figure out exactly what you want to do. And it's fun because you look at different scenarios.
And kind of plan out various milestones and what different scenarios could arise down that path.
Exactly, and then we just, we're flexible, we can change it, but we really tell you, put this amount in 401ks and IRAs and SEPs and Simples and all that kind of stuff, and then what your asset allocation should be.
So it sounds like you give, a ton of really valuable advice on a lot of different subjects. So what if someone has maybe invested with a different wealth advisor before or on their own? Are you able to give a second opinion or be kind of a second set of eyes for someone?
Oh, absolutely. I'm happy to do that. All I ask is you give me your financial, your investment statement, so I can take a look and do a Morningstar analytics on it and give you an exact idea of what are you invested, what were the performance return numbers, and whether or not that was what you were happy with compared to benchmarks.
Is what you're doing now now going
Yeah.
to be what's going to get you on track for your goals.
Exactly, and we don't charge for this service.
Wow,
So.
that is a great service. I'm
Thanks.
glad we got to kind of touch on that because that's definitely huge. And I'm sure with such a, it is a little bit of a volatile market. So
Yes.
it's good to get as many different eyeballs on what you're doing as possible to make sure that you're on track to meet your
Yeah,
goals.
just go to our website at T. Antone Investment House, and you can schedule an appointment. Our archive programs or radio show we also do on WIBA.
Sounds
so
fabulous.
just check us out.
Well, it's been really great talking with you,
Thank you.
Tracy. Thank you for coming on the
I
program.
appreciate it.
And once again, this is Tracy Anson from T. Anson Investment House over in Middleton. And we'll be right back with more Talk of the Town. Thanks
Great.
for coming on.
Thank you.
You guys stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Talk of the Town, everyone. With me now is Cedric Johnson from Briar Patch Youth Services, Inc. to talk about the Giving Homeless Youth a Chance shelter campaign. Thank you so much for coming on our show today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, and I'm sure excited to talk about this campaign. It sounds like you're doing a great deal of good things in the community. So let's start with kind of a history of Briar Patch and how this has brought you to the opening of Dane County's first shelter dedicated to homeless youth.
Well, Briar Patch Youth Services has been around in Madison since 1971, and the organization was founded to serve runaway and homeless teens, not only the youth but their families. And every year we serve approximately 2,000 young
my
people
goodness.
across our array of programs. In 2003, there was a merger between the Briar Patch program and two other programs, one that supported parents with support groups and things like that,
Certainly.
and the other worked with kids in the court system. And so we provide a very holistic approach to serving youth.
Kind of from all angles, and
Yeah.
it sounds like you've changed a lot of lives over the course of that
Yes.
history. So
Oh, yeah.
that is great to hear, and I'm sure that this is going to continue to help so many more kids as well. So as far as kind of the logistics of how this helps, the homeless youth, is it something, is it just somewhere for them to stay until permanent housing is found, or are there like other programs and activities there for them?
Sure. So a youth can stay for up to 28 days in the
Okay.
shelter. We anticipate the average length of stay to be around 10 days.
Sure.
And so, we always say it's more than four walls and a ceiling, because while the youth are there,
You want them to feel comfortable
yeah,
and like they're at
know,
home.
It's a warm, non-judgmental place to be, but while they're there, they're expected to participate in groups and family counseling. They can also have access to job training and placement,
Sure.
and a lot of other things. It's really dependent upon the individual circumstance.
So you really want to have as many resources there as possible for these kids to
Absolutely.
take advantage of during
Absolutely.
their stay, which can be up to 4 weeks at a time, it sounds like.
Yep.
Very, very cool. It sounds like they can learn a lot and get a lot out of that stay too. So you're helping them from a lot of different ways. So, I didn't realize actually that there was such a need for this here in Dane County. So are there a lot of like homeless or unaccompanied youth, here in the community?
We estimate, and this is a conservative estimate,
Sure.
that there are around 300 youth at any given time who are wondering where they're going to sleep tonight. And it's difficult to count because these kids, you won't see them in front of the city-county building, which has been a topic of debate recently,
Right.
because it's a dangerous situation for them. They're under 18. So there's a lot of couch surfing, there's a lot of sleeping in cars and things like that. And so
They're not sure where to turn.
Right. They're pretty much invisible, but we do rely on MMSD, the Metropolitan School Districts counts and things like that, and we do see the need is increasing every year.
Yeah, and it sounds great that you guys are kind of getting your message out there that there is a place and a resource for these kids, because this must be a very difficult time in their life, especially like you said, because being under 18, that adds a whole nother layer to this conversation. So now that you guys are here, it's going to be a great place for them to turn.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you must be really proud to be able to offer this
Very
and help
fulfilling.
these
It's
youth.
exciting to see.
Very
on a
rewarding,
day-to-day
I'm sure,
basis.
to see these differences being made. So as far as the campaign goes, what is your goal, and like how much of that goal have you reached so far?
So our goal is $3.1 million.
Okay.
We are currently at 1.3. So I'm feeling good about that.
Yeah, good for you.
We just had
You're
our
right
ribbon
on your
cutting.
way.
Yeah, we're getting there. And we had our ribbon cutting October 1st, and so that served as the formal launch of the public phase of the campaign. So you'll start to hear more about it in the community, and we're going to raise the money, I'm confident, and that will not only take care of, helping us to operate the shelter, but it'll help pay off the building or the mortgage on the building where the shelter is housed.
Sure. Well, yeah, I'm confident that you will reach that as well. So good for you, though, for how much you've already raised so far. That's wonderful. Now, for viewers at home that want to get involved, what can people do to help?
I would say, first of all, to visit briarpatch.org. We have a lot of information on our website. We even have a fundraising toolkit that will help give community members ideas on, a bake sale or, something like
Fun
that.
little fundraising ideas
Yeah.
that they could do to kind of have a little more innovative approach to
Absolutely.
helping you reach
And even
your goal.
volunteer opportunities.
Certainly.
We rely heavily on volunteers at Briar Patch, so.
And now, last but not least, we've got just a couple seconds left. Is there something else you'd like to add before we go?
I would just say that, I encourage people in our community to become educated on, this topic because, as I said, these youth are invisible, so it's difficult
Right.
to really know what's going on. And once you find out what's going on, you'll be inspired to do something
To
about
help
it.
make a difference. And it does. It
Absolutely.
sounds like it's been an invisible need, and now we're going to help kind of shed some light on this. And hopefully, like you said, I think that's going to inspire a lot of folks to get involved and see what they can do to make a difference in these kids' lives.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you again for coming on, Cedric.
Yeah,
It's been
thank you.
wonderful talking with you. Once again, this has been Cedric from Briar Patch Youth Services talking about the Giving Homeless Youth a Chance shelter campaign. It's been great to learn more about this great campaign you have going on today. We'll be right back with more Talk of the Town. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Talk of the Town, everyone. With me now is one of Madison's favorite cover bands, VO5. I've got Kelly, John, and Gail with me. Welcome, guys.
Hi, thank
Hi.
you.
Yeah,
So
thanks.
this is a super exciting time for you. You're about to release your own record, and you guys are typically you guys typically do cover songs. So this must be a totally different experience, writing and making your own music.
It's very different, yeah. I mean, we've had thousands of people dancing together at our shows. It's a pretty incredible experience.
That is awesome.
And I think people love our music because they know it. People love what they know, but this has been a pretty special project for us, kind of celebrating 10 years together.
sure.
It's worth it to give it a chance.
to
Good
give it a
music,
chance.
yeah.
And you know what? Now people know and love you guys too. So maybe, even if it's not songs they already know and love, they know and love you guys. So they're going to be happy to hear this music that you created together.
You're right about that.
I think
That's
so.
wonderful.
They will.
So I believe it. I believe it. This is an awesome looking album, isn't it? It's just like so much fun. So you've got one down there and one here. I can't wait to listen to that a little later today. So let's talk about who's gonna like this album. Who's the music geared towards?
Well, we think that one of the great things that we do is help people get on the dance floor and start dancing, and that's what makes us so happy. So what we wanted to do is create another original piece that helps people do just that, and we think that it's going to have something for everybody in it. We've got world influences that involve Puerto Rican, Brazilian, even Japanese music, and so even my kids are singing to it in the car.
So it's something for everyone to get them up and get them moving and dancing. And I think that's something that we don't see enough is just folks actually dancing when they're out at a bar or a show or a restaurant or whatever it may be. So I love that that's kind of a goal that you guys have in mind.
It feels so good.
Doesn't
It does. It makes the experience so much better.
I can imagine. And I bet you guys just love seeing the crowd, everybody start to get up and get dancing and all enjoying your music together. Now, where was your album recorded?
Well, we recorded it in our home studio, Subfloral Sound. We built the studio 3 years ago. We get 10 people rehearsing in it, but really the album was kind of recorded over the last 10 years in terms of we started mastering all these disco hits, and we'd kind of learn all these disco chops, and being a cover band really focuses your attention into like all the little details of a record. And after 9 years, we just thought, okay, let's workshop some new songs. In February, we started recording, and we went 6 months recording kind of nonstop. And in July, we were ready to
Let's
let
give
it
it a
out.
whirl.
and,
Let's release our record. That's awesome. So Saturday, this weekend, is your record release party, but it's also your 10th anniversary gala, right? So what should somebody wear when they want to get ready for this? This is a gala. It's a record release party.
It's a major event.
It's a big thing.
You can see this is the kind of thing that we in the band wear. Sparkles, like vintage formal wear.
Colors.
Big and loud. But really the most important thing when you come to one of our shows is to wear whatever makes you feel fabulous and sexy. It's a celebration.
What
It's a
makes you want to
celebration.
dance too?
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's so
celebration.
close to Halloween, some people will like to dance only when they're in costume. So if you put on your gorilla suit, I'd like to see some gorillas out in the audience.
If that's what makes you feel good, right?
We get zebras.
I love it. I love it. Well, I'm excited. I hope I get to see some pictures of all the folks that come to this party. So let's talk about in the past 10 years, that's a lot of time playing together, lots of gigs. What have been some of your most memorable gigs in the past 10 years?
Well, it's been 300 gigs about, so
Wow.
it's everybody I'm sure has their special moments. Every year, just about for the last 10 years, we've played at the Union Terrace. So having sometimes 3,000 people and Lake Mendota
Fabulous place to
is
play.
just amazing. And then on the other side, the other lake, Lake Monona, Monona Terrace is probably our biggest gig every year. Dane dances. But we also have all these oddball shows that we've done in Sheboygan for the last 5 years. They put us up, and they actually have a hustle lesson right before we do the hustle.
Oh, no kidding.
And then 200 people doing the hustle is pretty incredible.
That must be pretty surreal,
And then-
right?
But just tons of oddball things. The Gilman Cheese Corporation. We've dressed up as Princess Leia once for Halloween. The list really goes on. There's a lot of moments.
So you guys certainly don't shy away from trying something new and a little different, huh?
Never.
Every
Never.
time our costumes are different. Every Halloween we try to be something different. We were
part of
all
the
Elvis.
fun.
We were Elvises one year. Everybody was
Oh my
Elvis.
gosh, so always keeping it kind of fresh and fun all throughout these 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So last but not least, where can folks purchase your record other than the record release party this Saturday?
Well, locally, definitely B-Side, Mad City Music Exchange. What's the other
Strictly
one?
Discs.
Strictly
Love it.
Discs. Also online, CD Baby, iTunes, Amazon. And of course, at our shows, come to our shows. We have vinyl, which is a limited. How many are there, John, of vinyl?
Well, right now we have none. I think they're getting stamped.
coming.
They're getting
Sure.
stamped as we speak, and they might be there for the CD release. Otherwise, come to the show. There's very few, very limited edition, and
And that'd be a fun way to have this music for sure. Well, it was so great talking about you, to you guys, learning about your new record and this 10th anniversary record release party, big shebang coming up this Saturday. So
gonna
thank
be
you
big.
guys. Yes, it
Thanks
sure
for
will.
having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So once again, these are members of VO5. We've got Kelly, John, and Gail. Thank you both, and we will all thank you all, and we'll be right back with more Talk of the Town. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. For our last guest of the day, we have with us now Mason Little, the Director of Business Operations and Media Relations for the Janesville Jets. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh yeah, it's a pleasure to have you on today. So first of all, let's give us an overview. Who are
Sure.
the Janesville Jets?
We're a hockey team in the North American Hockey League. We're Tier 2 junior hockey. Junior hockey is 16 to 20 years old. Our players are looking to get college scholarships. They come from all over the world.
Sure, so this is kind of the midway between playing for a high school team and then for getting, scouted for a
Yeah,
college
and some
team.
of our guys didn't even play high school. Our
Sure.
hockey's not quite like the development in football or basketball where
Right.
you go straight from high school to college. Junior hockey is huge in Canada, huge in the United States, and we've got one team in Janesville there.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
awesome to have you guys here right in the, South Central Wisconsin area.
Exactly.
So you said your players come from all over the world. So can you give me just some examples from where your players come from?
Yeah, of course. So we've got one kid who actually came from Madison West, Cole Pascus.
Awesome.
We have a couple Wisconsin guys, right? But then we
Sure.
get guys from Chicago area, Minnesota. We have a kid from Florida. We have 3 Swedes. They're all 3 our top line of forwards. All 3 kids from Sweden.
No
our
kidding.
goaltenders from Mississauga, Ontario. We have a Latvian. They really come from all over.
Yeah, that's really impressive that people are coming from all over to kind of get their start here with the Janesville Jets and then, hopefully move on to another team.
Exactly.
For college.
Yep.
Very, very cool. That's a great variety to have too, and I'm sure a great way for these guys to meet some folks from all over the world that have
For
similar
sure.
interests as themselves.
For sure.
Very cool.
Yep.
So when the players do come, like you said, they're coming from overseas, they're coming from all over the country. So where do they stay when they're in Janesville then?
Yeah, because these are still kids, they're
Right.
16, 17, 18 years old, some of them, they don't get set up in their own places. They stay with
Right.
billets. So these billet houses, these are families in Janesville that are kind enough to open their homes to these players from all over. And these players will live with them for the time with the Jets, whether it's 1, 2, or even 3 years with us in Janesville.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So they kind of provide a home for them and just
Yep,
make them
exactly.
feel at home and comfortable while they're spending this
Yep,
time in Janesville.
and then your billet family will communicate with your biological family, whether it's in California, Sweden, Florida, Chicago area, or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you guys all kind of get to know each other and make the
Yep.
experience really fun.
Exactly.
That's great that there's families that are willing to do that and kind of open their doors and
Yeah.
host these kids during this important time of development for them in their, in their careers. So very, very
100%.
cool. So where do the Jets play in Janesville?
Well, we play at the Janesville Ice Arena. It's a small community rink. It's not. I mean, the Madison Capitals are in USHL. It's the same level of play.
Sure.
It's still junior hockey. So our rink is a lot smaller than the Alliant Energy Center. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
community rink, right? But what I love about our rink is that when you fill it with 900 fans, 1,000 fans, it feels so tight in there. The energy gets
Right.
insane.
I
Just
can
last week, we
imagine.
had our Pink in the Rink. It was our annual breast cancer awareness event. We work with Mercy Hospital on it.
Oh,
and we had
great.
856 people in the building, and I mean, it was just pinked out. Like, it was so loud. It was such a. We played Cooley Region from La Crosse,
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
yeah.
Janesville beat them 7-0. It was just an incredible event. So with so many people, with such an event like that, it was pinked out. Like, you couldn't
Just
feel.
crazy fun energy.
You couldn't help but feel part of Janesville going to that
Oh
game.
yeah,
for
like you
sure.
just feel like such a solid part of the community, and like everyone's there and cheering on,
Yep.
the team, and also supporting a great cause. it
Yeah,
sounds like,
exactly. It
too.
was great, and having such a small building like that helps us do that.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love that. That's kind of the positive of having maybe a smaller rink. So that's really cool that you're able to point that out.
Exactly.
Now, how about the team? How are they doing this year?
Through 11 games, they're 7-3-1.
Wow.
They have the fewest goals against so far in the league right now. They actually set the record last year for fewest
for
goals against
them.
in league history behind this goaltender, Matt Jarusik, who's actually starting for the Badgers this year.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So he was originally with
So
the
he
Jets.
was a former Jet. He'll be starting for the Badgers this year. So I mean, we send kids all
That's
over,
great.
but
You
sometimes
must-
they
you
just
must
go
be very
40 minutes up the
proud.
road here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you never know. Badgers are a
Exactly.
great place to be as well.
Yeah,
so that must
exactly.
be exciting to see. And then you can kind of continue to go see him play and watch as his career
Yeah.
goes on this great trajectory. That's
Exactly.
awesome. So let's talk really quick about tickets. So if folks at home want to go out and watch a game of the Janesville Jets,
Of
how
course.
much does a ticket cost?
Well, I mean, we're the cheapest entertainment in Janesville. Like that's the most fun you can have for $8 or less.
No kidding.
Our walk-up is $8 for adults, $6 kids. You can get tickets as low as $5 with a group. If you call us in the office, we'd be happy to help you out. You can stop by our new office, stop by the rink. Loads of different ways you can get your tickets. I mean, it's $5 weekend entertainment. You can't even go to a movie for
Yeah,
that
you
price
can't go to a
anymore,
movie
eh?
for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you could get 2 tickets to the Janesville Jets for
For-
one cost
for
of a
one
movie
movie ticket. Yeah,
And have a
exactly.
lot more fun and be part of this awesome community. So
100%.
what a fun thing to do. That sounds awesome. It's been really great talking with
Yeah,
you.
thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, this is Mason Little with the Janesville Jets, the junior hockey team over in Janesville, Wisconsin. Thanks for coming on. And thanks to all of our guests on Talk of the Town today. And for you guys watching at home, we'll be back next time. Stay here on the CW 57.